Hi there, welcome back. Now today's video is on the subtle difference between two modal auxiliaries, shall and will. This video is specifically about what will happen or what will be the difference in meaning if we use shall after second person and third person singular plural subjects like you, he, she, it and they. Today, these days, there is a growing tendency to use will instead of shall, and the first one, shall, is becoming more and more obsolete. In America, this has already happened, and in British English, we are still using shall, but more specifically, more reserved way. So conventionally, shall and will both refer to time reference or future time reference. Okay, so this is conventional way of use. Fine. And in this case, we know that shall will take only I and we, but will take you, he, she, it and they. But if we reverse the situation, how the meanings will be different. Let's see. So in this case, I am writing I and we here. And here, you, okay. So now the rule is that after I and we, if we use will, there will be sort of a strong desire or intention. But if we use shall after these subjects, then we will get a few different meanings, like command, order, promise, threat, and even instruction. Alright then, let's now get a few examples to clarify the whole idea further. Subjects are they, you, she, nothing. So all of them are third person or second person subjects, singular, plural, both. Now conventionally after they, we use will. After you, will. After she, will again, and nothing, will. So if we go by the conventional way, then the meaning will be some sort of future time reference only and nothing else. They will do it today. That means we are giving highlight or importance on the time adverb today. Okay, you will get your share soon, so this time adverb is getting highlighted again. She will not tolerate such rude behavior in future. Which is referred to. So in future or today or tonight, that is being highlighted here or focused. Again, nothing will be written after the final bell. So after the final bell, again the time reference which is being highlighted or underscored if we go by the conventional way in terms of will. Okay. Now, if I go by the unconventional way, if we use or put shall after all these subjects, then we will be having specific meanings. What are they? They shall do it today. Here we get some sort of order or command. Okay, so compare and contrast the difference in meaning when we use shall after they and will after they. All right, that means they shall do it today, or the command they will do it today, some sort of future time reference focusing on today only, nothing else. Again, number 2, you will get your share soon, future time reference, but as soon as we use shall in place of will after you, then the meaning will be you shall get your share soon, here some sort of promise. All right. Third, she will not tolerate such rude behavior in future. So that's the time reference, future time reference, but she shall not tolerate such rude behavior. Here, the idea is there is sort of an indirect threat, implied threat, okay? Nothing will be written after the final bell, future time reference if we use will. If we go by the other one, nothing shall be written after the final bell. Here, the meaning is, or the indication is, that there is already sort of an instruction which everybody should abide by. Okay, so compare and contrast the dual situations in each case where shall and will can be used. All right, so this is the exact difference between shall and will after third person and second person singular and plural subjects. Okay, again I said that shall is getting, or it has already got obsolete in American English, but in two situations shall is still very relevant, and those two are interrogative sentences like shall or will we go out for a movie tonight. Now here let us explore both the possibilities. If we just go by this one, will we go out for a movie tonight, will indicates desire or intention, a strong desire or intention. So on the one hand I am expressing my strong desire, at the same time I am asking a question to understand somebody's willingness, so that is sheer mismatch. So will is not feasible over here, instead shall is okay, because through this question I am expressing some sort of polite offer or suggestion. Okay, similarly, shall I do it for her or will I do it for her? Again, will is not the correct option because it indicates some sort of a strong desire or intention. So shall I do it for her? Again, it's a polite offer or suggestion. Okay, so in both American English and in British English, we frame questions like these two: shall we go out for a movie tonight or shall I do it for her? So we and I, they are used. So remember these four situations and remember these two questions to indicate polite offer or suggestion, and that will be very important, and that is how you will be able to distinguish between shall and will in specific cases. Alright then, so keep watching because my very next video will be like this one. I will try to explain how and why we no more use one of the 12 tenses, the last one, future perfect continuous tense, because this tense is no more in use. We try to avoid this one. Instead, we express the same idea not through that tense but through a different tense. I will disclose which tense we use and why. So keep watching, and of course get better day by day from watching all the videos on this channel, and I'll be coming back with many more videos so that you can enhance, you can fine tune your knowledge of English, so that in the long run you can serve yourself as well as your motherland. Thanks for watching.